Are we on? Am I good? Oh, my music's not on. There we go. Ew. Good morning, everyone. Those that will be joining or watching later. Sorry, I'm just looking. I always get super paranoid that I've done something wrong and it's not actually working. Okay, great. Good morning. Welcome to Virginia Bakes. Thanks for joining me today. We're going to make pumpkin whoopie pies. This is a King Arthur recipe. Super quick and simple. I know it looks like I have a lot of stuff here. Let me go to this one. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I have a bowl here I'm gonna make the whoopie pie batter in here, and this is gonna be for the frosting later. You could do this all in the same bowl or whatever if you wanted. I just was trying to not have to wash, like if I made the batter in here, then I'd have to wash it in the middle of the stream and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so that's why I have two bowls, but you really could just do this with one mixer. Okay, we're gonna start with our whoopie pie batter. I'm pretending very hard that it is fall here in Florida. The only difference is that it's maybe a little drier and maybe a couple degrees cooler. And you just gotta soak it in and pretend, use your imagination. Okay, so our first thing is 8 tablespoons. It's 1 stick or 113 grams of softened butter. I'm gonna save this because I use it for my egg cracking setup because I'm weird like that. Now we need 99 grams of vegetable oil in here. So let's measure that out. Why did it just sound like I heard a voice coming from somewhere? Like a tiny voice coming from my phone? That's weird. 99. Boop. Perfect. Okay. Error. YouTube is not responding. See? Stand by. Technical difficulties. YouTube is not making a video to maintain smooth streaming. I don't know what that means. All right, now's where I am getting paranoid. If anyone is watching, it says I have currently a viewer. Could you type something? Let me check. My siblings will help. Help, help! Help, help, and help. 3 exclamation points. I can't tell if I'm streaming properly. Okay, but we're gonna keep going. So that is our vegetable oil. Next is 425 grams of light brown powdered sugar. You can also use dark brown. I think brown sugar is my favorite thing to weigh. It's like the proof that weighing is the way to go because it says packed. What does packed mean? I know it's like, obviously you pack it down into the cup, but how intensely do you pack? Because that's going to make a huge difference of how much sugar you have in the final product. But this way, 425 grams is always 425 grams. You don't have to worry about packing anything. Oh, stream is working. Thanks, Emily. I was worried I have this weird error that I've never seen before, so I was getting paranoid. Thanks for checking for me. 420. Emily, what are your thoughts on pumpkin? 27. There we go. Nice dark brown sugar. Now 2 tablespoons of molasses. This is another example of why it's so great to weigh, because can you imagine, well, it's not hard to imagine, but like normally you would scoop 2 tablespoons. Molasses is difficult. It's going to get all up in your tablespoon. You're going to have mess on the tablespoon trying to get it back out into here or into some other bowl, like if you were the kind of organized person that prepped everything ahead of time. This way, I just am going to pour until it says 43 grams. 2 tablespoons equals 43 grams. And then I don't have a mess to clean up. I just have to be careful that I don't go over. 40, 41, 42. Oh my goodness. $43. Okay, done. That's our molasses. We're gonna skip the cake enhancer. I just don't have it on hand and it's optional. A teaspoon of baking powder. That's my teaspoon. Yeah, you absolutely love pumpkin. We've got some pumpkin. You've got some pumpkin donuts with pumpkin glaze at an orchard the other day. They were so good. That does sound good. Last fall I made a lot of pumpkin bars. Oh, okay. So I was going to make, let me show you, I was gonna make pumpkin donuts, but I just did a donut, those sticky bun donuts with the pecans. So I was like, well, maybe I shouldn't do another donut thing, but look, and this is why, hold on. I was gonna make them, I've done this before, I was gonna make them in this pan, this super cute pan, and then you have donuts in the shape of Thanksgiving and fall and whatever. I was like, oh, I just did a donut recipe, so maybe that doesn't make sense. So I went with whoopie pies, and then I did try, because one of my brilliant sisters had an idea of like make the whoopie pies in the pan. So I tried that yesterday and it didn't really work well. I'll show you. I mean, it worked to an extent, but like you can see, let me see, let me put it over here. So it kind of focus. Come on. I have you on autofocus, don't I? So you can see the shape. It's a thick batter, so it does have a hard time getting in all the nooks and crannies. But the issue is that then it gets rounded on the side that's up. And so you'd have to trim all of that off and to be able to make a whoopie sandwich. So I was like, this is a little more work. It's so cute. That pan is super cute. Okay, where was I? We've got the powder, a half a teaspoon of baking soda. Okay. 1 teaspoon of salt. I do like to make the pumpkin donuts for Thanksgiving morning, like for breakfast, for munching, because so much time and attention and effort is put into the meal, the big Thanksgiving Day meal, that like breakfast gets neglected. So I like having pumpkin donuts on hand for Christmas breakfast. And then there's these sausage cheese biscuits, which I am planning to make. I forget which weekend, but kind of went and planned for the rest of the year. And I think it's one of the Sundays in November. And that's really fun. So that you have like a savory biscuit with some cheese and sausage, and then you have the pumpkin donuts, and you make them the day before, have them ready to go Thanksgiving morning for everybody to munch on and keep themselves sustained through all of the Thanksgiving cooking. All right, that was the salt. 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. One, 2. A teaspoon of ginger. half a teaspoon of nutmeg. And a quarter teaspoon of cloves. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna take it off the scale. Set that aside. Then we're just going to mix this together really well. It doesn't really ever kind of cream together like a cookie base. I don't think the ratio of sugar to butter in this allows for it, but it'll come together really nicely once we start adding the egg and then of course the pumpkin and the flour. Is this shaking the last week? I was doing this so much it was shaking the. See, this is the problem with having it on auto focus. Like it's constantly going in and out of focus and like my sound effects. Why do I? Hold on 1 second. That's light. Okay, just seemed dark. I was worried that I was using light. I had ordered light brown sugar and then put dark brown sugar as a backup because you could use either one. And I called this light brown sugar, but it seemed darker. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. See, now there it's shaking the. Okay. To this, we are going to. How do I do this in a nice way where you can kind of see? We're going to add 1 egg at a time. And mix it well after each egg. Yes, I can check there's no shells in there. I have to come up with a. Sorry for the shakiness. I'll come up with a solution for next time. I like this. I feel like if you've watched any of your previous episodes where I was doing overheads instead of this like side angle, let me know what you prefer. I kind of like the angle. I just think it's a little more interesting to look at. But you let me know in the comments below. This out of here real quick. Still somehow managed to get egg on my counter. Not okay. All right. All right, now that the egg's in there, I am going to give this a good minute or two to really get it nice and fluffy. And aerated. Em, are you working today? How's the winery? See, that's why I needed to keep my, I knew. The wax paper. Use it as a spoon rest after I do the eggs. Got out of my habit. Now I have nowhere to put my dirty spatula. Oh, the horror. I don't work today. Yay! Brady has family in town since last week and they left today. Yes, social recharge day. I hear that. I think we're very alike in that regard. It's like, can I be extroverted and around people? Sure. But to feel like myself again, I'm gonna need at least equal amount of alone time. Okay. Otherwise, I have to have that to kind of recharge. You're right. Social recharge. All right, now we're going to add in our pumpkin. I think we might be done with that, but I'm gonna leave it right there. The rest I think we can kind of just stir together. Using one full can. And you could be one of those amazing people that makes their own pumpkin puree. We didn't grow up eating pumpkin, so, and in fact, I think the very first time maybe I can remember as an adult having something pumpkin flavored, because we didn't grow up eating it, I thought, oh no, eating pumpkin, that's weird. Which of course is silly. Is my good friend Christy a few years back. It was her birthday in September, and fall is her favorite season, and she requested dinner with the girls, and one of her favorite meals is chili, and then she likes pumpkin desserts. So that's what I made for her, was pumpkin cupcakes, and I had one, of course, and it was fantastic. Like, what have I been missing all my life? Okay, now we're gonna add the flour in kind of 2 batches. Totally have a social battery that once expired needs at least 1 full day to recharge. Yes. I always try to give it like equal time. So if I've been around family for a week, or I've had visitors for 3 days, then I need that much time alone. I need 3 days alone or a week alone. I mean, I could probably do it sooner, but it feels good. Okay, so we're gonna add in 2 batches a total of 390 grams of flour. So I'm gonna start with 200 and we'll mix that in, and then I'll do 190 over. All right, we finally got to the point where my cute orange scale that I love because the color is right color, is not powerful enough. So sad. So I will do this. We'll just do this instead. Okay, 200 grams of flour. Hermie is like, oh, I should triple sift this like Granny would do. Maybe I will sift a little. Will I sift? Nah. I'm gonna go ahead and get the 190 ready before I start stirring. Perfect. Okay, put this back out of the way. very limited counter space. We're just gonna mix this well. Trying to la-di-da. It does match the apron. You see my, oh, you can't see them with the wine shot. Oh, by the way, here's the fall pumpkins are back. Well, back, they never left. I have to put up fall decorations to remind myself that it is fall as Florida. And Emily, you know this. How are the falls up there? Just trying to make sure I don't have any lumps of flour in here. Okay, and the rest of the flour. Do we have changing leaves? Well, we certainly don't right now, but I feel like the oak trees do change. It's just, it's not as glorious as in other parts of the country. I have a sister who lives in North Carolina. It's actually been warm up there. Oh no. Like warm, what is warm? I have a sister who lives in North Carolina. I try every other year or so to get up there for the leaves. Did not make it this year, and she has left for a 3-week trip. I'm not entirely sure everywhere she's going. I know she's going to Italy. I'm trying not to be jealous. I did get invited, but I just could not make it happen. Okay, this looks great. It is very thick and heavy. All right, by the way, the oven, you're baking these 375, and we're going to scoop these onto, we are done with this. Parchment lined cookie sheet. Where is my, oh, there it is. And I'm using a muffin scoop. It'd be the easiest if you have some kind of ice cream scoop with the little releasey latch thing inside to help scoop out the batter. And we want to give these some space between. So I found that 6 worked wonderfully. So 1, 2, they spread a little bit and they flatten out. So you don't want to crowd them too much. The other thing I noticed is, like, can you see these little ridges on top from the scoop? Those will kind of stick around during the baking. They don't flatten out. So I'm going to take something. Let's go with a knife. I'm just going to smooth them out. Just our finished product is, I did not do this on the ones I made yesterday. So embarrassing. Well, anyways, you get the idea. We're going to smooth these out. This goes in a 375 oven for about 16 minutes, or until like the bottoms, like around the rim of the bottom, they start getting brown. You'll want to check them. Okay, so that's it. This should make 24 of these, which then makes 12 sandwiches. So 4 trays like that total. And then, so yeah, so into the oven, into the oven for 16 minutes. It's gonna smell really great. I'm not actually gonna bake this right now, obviously. I already have some made. I'm just gonna set this aside and I'll bake these all later. Now we're gonna move on to the frosting, which is my favorite. Okay, for this, well, this is probably gonna shake the bejesus out of the camera, I hope not. Okay. All right, for the frosting, we need an 8-ounce package of, like, let me just bring it all over, everything over here real quick. I'm going to need the scale again and a bowl. Set that there for now. Okay. Frosting. Okay, 8 ounces. That's 1 package of cream cheese. Don't use the cream cheese spread, like in like the container, because it has extra cream or something like that that makes it more spreadable, and it's just not the right consistency. It's not going to work out for you quite right. Okay, 4 tablespoons of softened butter, so it's half a stick of butter. And then what's next? We are going to blend this until it's smooth. Let's see how badly the camera doesn't know what to focus on. Okay, that's not bad. Okay. While that's doing that, let's measure out our first half of the powdered sugar. So we need 227 grams total, and it says to do this in 2 batches. So I'm going to do 127 and then the 100. I think this is just going to ensure that we don't have lumps by adding too much sugar at once, and then it has a hard time mixing it all together. Okay. And we'll need a teaspoon of vanilla when we're ready for that. I'm skipping the xanthan gum. That's optional. Oh, hello, Heather. You like the camera angle? Yay! I think it's a little more interesting. I need to get a, where's my hand? This right here, this towel right here, that's not approved color scheme. I'm gonna have to get, I need a towel over there, a proper color towel, and I need proper colored hot pads. All right, that's not shaking the camera too bad. Okay, let's add in our first half of the sugar. Heather, what are your thoughts on pumpkin? We didn't grow up eating it. Do you like it now? So that was the 127, so I'm going to do the 100. And that gives us 227. Oh, 100. That's going back to 127 again. Okay. Nothing shaking, yay. I know, the wrong colors is so embarrassing. Gonna get it out of here. Get out of here. There. I do have, I'm currently wearing it. This is, I just need to go get its matching. There's another one, and I could have that there. So I'll have to do that for next time. And I suppose, let me look at the wide. Yeah, you can't really see, Heather, your plant that I borrowed from you. It's right off the screen. So I'll need to come, I guess I can give that back to you at some point. All right, and here's the other half of the sugar. You know what? I knew I was going to forget something, and I'll tell you what I forgot. I can go get it. I wanted to pipe this into a piping bag, put it in a piping bag and pipe it onto the the whoopie pies. And so I just need to go grab a piping bag and a tip. I don't even need a tip for that actually, just need a piping bag. We'll just make it a little easier. Okay, so once the sugar is, you're out of danger of like flinging sugar all over the place, we're gonna go up a little higher, or let me scrape down the sides. So we're gonna go up a little higher and beat it for like 2 minutes to make sure it's good and fluffy. And while that's happening, I'll go get a piping bag. Oh, and we need to talk about the ginger. So optional for this is crystallized ginger in the frosting, little bits of it, and I do enjoy it tremendously. It is a really nice touch. I could not find crystallized ginger in person, and I didn't look for it in time to order it online. By the way, last step is, well, not last step, but the next step is a teaspoon of vanilla before we beat this for a couple minutes. So I got, what I could get was non-crystallized ginger. I think it just means it's not coated in a sugar syrup and left to dry and get sugary on the outside. So it is a pain in the butt to chop up because it's so sticky. So what I did was after I chopped it up, I mixed into it some powdered sugar to sort of coat each individual one so they don't stick together. It's an annoying extra step, but it does make a huge difference in the final product I could find. I'm gonna go higher without freaking out the. All right, let me go grab the piping bag. Okay, don't need this anymore. My piping bag, I'm going to show you a fun piping bag trick here in a moment. You don't care about pumpkin at all? So like, you didn't like my pumpkin donuts last year? That's what you're telling me? So you don't want a pumpkin whoopie pie today? That's what you're telling me? Unbelievable. Unreal. Okay. I love cream cheese frosting. All right, and so I'm going to add in the chopped up. All right, you're in the way. Still managing to stick together. Okay. Get the spatula off of there. The spatula, the beater. All right, so here's the trick. Let me prepare for the trick. You may have seen this on somewhere on Instagram or Pinterest or something, but you take a bit of saran wrap. Come on. You lay that out on the surface. Then you put, how can I get this less in the way? Oh, there's the cord. I put it here though. Well, that's not too bad, is it? Okay. Then you pile all of your frosting or whatever it is you're going to pipe, which, going back to those donuts I mentioned, I should have done this. It would have helped get the donut batter into the wells of that donut pan much smoother, much cleaner. Don't want to leave behind too much of that. I need more space. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Then we roll this up. This is kind of more of a wet. Frosting is fine. We make a little package, okay? You snip the end, one of the ends open, and you slide it, drop the whole thing down into your piping bag. Oh my gosh, this is so wet. No! Oh no! Son of a bee sting. Disaster. That did not work as planned. Talk about embarrassing. Okay, we're fine. But I do have frosting on my hands now. I gotta deal with that. Or filling, whatever you want to call it. Okay. Here are our finished whoopie pie tops and bottoms. And we're going to finish them off by just simply, now I'm worried about this frosting. I just think it looked a little wet. I was gonna add more, but I was trusting the frosting I haven't made in a long time. And when I made these yesterday, I didn't make the frosting, obviously. So didn't realize it was gonna be so wet, just going by the, okay, it's okay. I'll eat that one. Yeah, anyways, now we can just easily pipe some filling on here. Make a piping bag mess. Let me do a few. Can you just, use the spatula to spread it out on here? Sure. I felt like this would be easier. Clearly, I was mistaken. I think this just needed more, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, needed more powdered sugar to get it to a consistency of a little thicker, less loose consistency. All right, I'm just gonna, maybe, no. We'll clean that up. Okay, and then that's it. You top them. Look at that, there's your whoopie pie. What more could you ask for? That frosting is really loose. Maybe I've put too much inside. thing is, I love a good bit of frosting. So I want lots inside. All right. What do you think? Whoopie pies. So there's more. I won't put them together. That's it. Maybe add a little more powdered sugar. That just didn't quite seem to do it, in my opinion. And I might. No, I'm not going to do anything about it. No. All right. Those look so good. Thanks. All right, here we go with the taste testing. I'll eat the ugly one. You see what's happening? It is really good. Even if it is messy. Let me see if this... So it's definitely squishing out the side, which is making a mess. So that's unfortunate. So yeah, definitely I would add maybe start off with another 50 grams of powdered sugar. A couple scoops of powdered sugar. Get it to, we just need to add a thicker consistency. This I think is, unless this is like, I mean, I guess I don't eat whoopie pies often or buy them places, so maybe this is typical for a whoopie pie? I don't know. It's kind of a mess. Yeah, more powdered sugar, y'all. I'll put a note about that. Okay, hold on. With the other batch that I'm going to bake off, I will do another batch of the frosting, and I may add this unused to it. Anyways, I'm just going to test adding more powdered sugar. It can't hurt. Like, this is just too messy. You wouldn't want to give that to somebody. It's supposed to be a little handheld treat, and it's going to make a big old mess. But that's okay. It tastes delicious. The ginger and the frosting has that like nice spicy warmness to it, and it's pumpkin-y this fall. The color's beautiful for the fall. I mean, you just can't go wrong. These would be good for bake sales too. Wrap them up real good, a few bucks a piece. Yeah, so there you go. All right, pumpkin whoopie pies, done. Check. So these look good. Thanks. Paddle. Yeah, oh, you mean that, yes. I think it is called a pat. That doesn't feel right either. For the thing for the mixer. Is that right? It's no big deal. Okay, we're done. We're good. Thank you for joining me in the kitchen today. I hope you give these a try. Let me know how your frosting, your filling comes out, and if it made as much of a mess as I did. The recipe you'll find in the description below. It's a King Arthur recipe. And let's see, what else? Oh, if you've enjoyed this content at all, please like the video. Heather, Emily, have you liked the video? I'm gonna assume that you have. It doesn't tell me. There was a hearts. Aw, thanks for the hearts. And if you're new here, consider subscribing so you don't miss all of our baking adventures. And then if you wouldn't mind, leave a comment below your thoughts on pumpkin. If your whoopie pies come out this messy, is this normal? Because I'm not a huge whoopie pie aficionado, so maybe this is normal, I don't know. If nothing else, comment #WeighYourIngredients. Any comments just help with the algorithm and it gets more people to my channel, so I greatly appreciate it. And I think that's it. I think we're good. So there you go. Whoopie pies. Pumpkin whoopie pies. We made whoopie pies. Okay. Everybody enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for joining me in the kitchen and happy baking.